Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to start the new topic of the Python programming language, which is called dictionary object. Now what is dictionary object, what is the use of the dictionary object, everything I'll discuss in this particular tutorial. But before starting our lesson, I just need to tell you that you need to watch like previous tutorial, what is basically the tuple object, and before that we have discussed the list object. You need to go through these particular videos. After that you will be able to understand what is basically the dictionary object and what is the use of the dictionary object. So let us flip to our Python window, let us flip to our Anaconda, and let's do some practical example and application part of the dictionary object. Now guys, what is dictionary object we need to understand. See, before dictionary object we need to understand what is basically called JSON data. JSON data stands for what? JSON stands for JavaScript object notation. What do you mean by the JSON? In the case of JSON, we have the thing called what? JSON means JavaScript object notation. Don't worry guys, here I am not going to start any kind of JavaScript, but the thing is that this kind of data format is called JSON type data, and this kind of data is specifically used to provide the services, to provide the specific data pattern to the web or the web API. So what is the use of the web API? In my future tutorial I might discuss about it, but here I will discuss with you like what is basically the JSON data and how to deploy the JSON data in the dictionary object. Basically dictionary object, it is keeping the JSON data. JSON data is basically the data which is based on the key and value pair. So in the case of JSON, we have combination like this, key and value. Suppose I am telling you, suppose I am writing id colon 1. I can write here name. Suppose name is John. Here I am writing salary. Suppose he is getting the salary 12,000. So this is what basically guys, it is basically the data pattern of the JSON. Now this type of data pattern actually we are keeping inside the dictionary object. So what is dictionary object? It's a one kind of predefined Python object or the complex Python object which is able to store the key and value data. In turn, it is basically the JSON data. So let us do some practical, then you can understand how the things are working here. So do one thing, create an dictionary object. Dictionary object guys always defined by the curly braces. In the case of dictionary object, we always receive the curly braces. Now here we define key and value pair. Suppose I am writing ID colon, here I am writing ID something like that 1. Then I am writing here name. Here I am defining the name is something like that John. And here I can also define he is receiving the salary. He might get the salary 12,000. Okay. So in this particular case, here I define ID colon 1 followed by name colon John, then salary colon 12,000. So what is basically the data pattern? ID is called key, 1 is called value. Name is called key, but John is called value. Salary is called key, but 12,000 is called value. So guys, here what we are doing actually, in this particular case, we are assigning the data which is basically key and value pair. Now in the case of dictionary object, we don't have any kind of concept of the indexing. Index number, it was present in the list and tuple object. In the previous tutorial, I have discussed about what is index number. You can check out this tutorial. I'll provide the link in the description. Now the thing is that here I am assigning the key and value. So key is nothing but the data identifier. Suppose I want to extract the information. So in order to extract the information, what should I do? Suppose I want to print the data. I want to print the name of the employee. So here I am writing name. Suppose I'm writing here like print. You can also define like this. employee name equals to like this. Now execute the code. You can see employee name is John. Now next one. In the case of like dictionary object, it is the combination of the mutable and immutable data. In the list object, we know list object is the mutable type of data, but tuple is keeping the immutable type. Mutable means what? It is updatable, but particularly in the case of mutable, we are able to update the data. But in the case of immutable data, we are not able to update the information. It's only the read-only mode. So in the case of dictionary object, the value area or the value specific information can be altered, or we are able to update this information. So we can say that the value part is the mutable part, whereas key part we are not able to update at runtime. Value part can be updatable, but key part cannot be updatable. So the key part is called immutable part. Point to be noted. So in this particular case, we can say dictionary is the combination of the mutable and immutable type of data. Now next one, suppose I want to update the salary of the John. So in order to update the salary of the John, what should I write here? Employee. Here I can define salary equals to, I am assigning the new salary, which is basically 15,000. Now if I want to print the information, print. If I want to print the information right now, suppose I am printing the information, just you need to print only the object. Execute the code. You can see now we got what? We got the 15,000, but earlier it was 12,000. But why 15,000 we have? Because we have already updated the information of the salary. So information is nothing but the value part. The value part has been updated. Now, if I want to extract the information of the dictionary object, other way is there also. Suppose already I have defined here employee name, that I have shared with you. Other way is also there. In this particular case, I can use a predefined function called, the name of the function is called get function. Suppose I want to extract the ID of the employee. So I am writing here employee ID. I want to define what? I want to define like this. Employee dot, I am calling the get function. Get function is keeping this ID as a parameter. I am executing the code, and after that I am getting employee ID equals to 1. So I got this information, guys. So guys, here what we have received, actually we are able to fetch the information through the get function. We are able to fetch the data through a get function. That is fine. Now guys, if I want to add any kind of data at runtime, not design time, suppose I want to add the address of the person. Suppose I am defining the address of the person like this. Address, I define the address as, let us, I am taking the Kolkata. So Kolkata is what? Kolkata is the address of this person. So now if I want to print the information here, I can write employee, then I am executing the code. So here I am getting the address Kolkata, but it was not there in the design time, or earlier this information was not present. But why the information is coming? Because I am adding the information at the runtime. So this is basically, I am just assigning the key here, and followed by I am only assigning the value. So that is the one way to assign the data. Now guys, suppose I have an object called qualification. So qualification is the object. Here in the qualification, I define two qualification here. Suppose qualification 1 is something like that. Qualification 1 is what? Qualification 1 is something BCA. Here the qualification 2, here we have defined qualification 2, which is MCA. And suppose he has also the qualification 3, high qualified person. So we can provide here MBA. So we have already defined all the information here, guys. Now if I want to print the data, just do one thing, print, and also we are able to define the information here. So execute the code and we can get the qualification. Now guys, what I want, actually I want to merge up the data. I want to combine the two dictionary objects. So in order to do this particular thing, what should I do? I want to combine the two dictionary object, guys. So in order to do this particular thing, I should call a function called here, guys, is very important dictionary, employee dot uh, update, and you are passing the qualification as a parameter. Now do one thing, guys, print only employee. Now execute the code, you will see all the information is coming here. So this is the actually the first part of the object, which is employee, and this data is coming from the second part of the object, which is called qualification. So we are able to combine, we are able to concatenate the two dictionary object. So here we are using the function called update function. This function is called update. In the list we have the extend function, but here we have the update function. Now guys, if you are asking me that if I can I enter any kind of data point in any position in the dictionary, inside dictionary, my answer will be no, because here we don't have any flexibility of the indexing, and that is why we are not able to do it. Now guys, I want to fetch only what? I want to fetch only the key specific information. What I want to fetch? I want to only fetch the key related information here. Key related information. So in order to define the key related information, what I am doing here, I am writing for I in what I am writing here, I am writing employee dot, there is a function called, the name of the function is called keys function. So by using the keys function, we are able to get the data, print, we are passing the I, execute the code, and you can see we are only getting what? We are getting the key related information here. Why? Because we are calling the keys function, and this function is used to fetch only the key related information. Now guys, if I want to if I want to fetch the values only, so I am writing for check in employee dot values function, guys, and after that I am calling the print, I am calling the j, execute the code. Just you can define this particular thing, print, you can write here value related information. So guys, if I am executing this part only, shift enter, see I am only getting what? I am only getting the value. So what I am getting? I am only getting the value related part. So values function is used to fetch the value related part. Now guys, I want to fetch the both the data, means I want to fetch the both key and value. So in order to do this particular thing, what should I write here? Suppose I am writing k comma v, means key comma value. It is only symbol in this particular thing. Employee dot we are calling the name of the function is called items function. So by using the items function, we are able to print the key and value. Okay. So do one thing, we can fetch here k comma equals to comma v, and I am executing the code, guys. Just do one thing, execute this portion of the code. You can see we have only the key and value. Key and value related information is coming. Now guys, so we got few things right now. Already we have learned the update function, we have learned the keys function, values function, and item functions. Lot of things we have learned. Suppose I want to delete the salary of the person. Just I want to delete. So how to delete the salary of the first person? So in order to do this particular thing, what should I do right now? I can do one thing. I am calling a predefined function called employee.pop. But here POP is keeping what? POP is only keeping the key, but because we don't have any kind of index number here. So do one thing, I am only passing the salary. So take the salary here. I want to delete the salary of the employee, and after that I am only executing the code here. Now you need to debug the code, and you can see I don't have the salary right now. Why? I don't have the salary, guys, because already I have deleted the salary. I am calling what? I am calling the POP function. So POP function is used to delete the data from the, particularly you can say like employee dictionary object. Suppose I want to delete all the data, guys. So that is why I'm calling the employee dot. I'm calling the clear function. So you know it very well. If I'm calling the clear function, I'm able to. After that, if I want to print the employee, what will I get? I will get only get the structure. Means all the data is deleted. All the data from this particular structure is deleted. If I want to assign the new data here, I am able to assign the new data. Suppose I am assigning the new data. Suppose again I am assigning the ID. Now I want to assign. Suppose I am assigning the two. I am assigning the data. Suppose name. Here name I am assigning. Suppose Raju. So keep the code like this and print employee object. So now execute the code. You can see what you can see. I am getting the data. So guys, that is all about our dictionary object. By using the dictionary object, we are able to store up the key and value data, and by using the key and value data, we are able to perform the multiple operation. So guys, I am keeping my video like this particular area still. So I don't want to make this particular video more large. Dictionary will come in the time of future, in our future tutorial again, when we will do some analytics or the database connectivity or file handling with the Excel. That time again we will see the dictionary object will again comes up with the new feature also. Okay, so here I am keeping this particular thing, keeping this particular file right now. So try to practice the dictionary object. It's very important in the time of interview, guys. So whatever the things I am showing you, this interview, keep asking the question from this particular area only. It is very important, like update, items function, keys functions, all are important in the time of interview also. So guys, here I am ending up my tutorial. Hope you like this particular video. If you feel that this particular tutorial is providing you little bit benefit, please like, subscribe my channel. It is giving me lots of motivation. And if you think your friends should be benefited from this tutorial or they can be benefited, then please share this particular tutorial. So here I am winding up the tutorial, and then in the next tutorial will be in the class and object. From this particular tutorial we'll meet. Thank you.